Hey everyone, I'm actually back again today for a two-a-day. And all my football fans will know what that means. Remember back in the day, back in the day, in high school we did these practices, right? Uh, two-a-days, sometimes three-a-day. And it was brutal. It made me think about my first video and how it really lends itself to this second one. Sort of offers an expansion of the first video today. But first, the joke. Why did the picture go to jail? I think a lot of people know this one. Because it was framed. So, stopped by the police in California. What are your obligations? So, in California, the obligations of an individual during an encounter with law enforcement depends on the nature of the encounter. We have voluntary interactions, we have detentions, and we have arrests. For voluntary encounters, during a voluntary encounter where there is no coercion or restraint of liberty, an individual is not required to disclose any information to law enforcement. These interactions don't implicate the Fourth Amendment and are entirely consensual, right? It's just like if you're at the county fair and you know how the officers on bikes are just kind of cruising around talking to people. I mean, same kind of concept. And then we have detentions. Second situation. You also might have heard of them as Terry stops. In the case of a detention, such as a traffic stop or pedestrian stop, law enforcement must have reasonable suspicion of criminal activity to justify the stop. Uh, and more on point, effective January of last year, 2024, a peace officer is required to state the reason for the stop before engaging in questioning related to a criminal investigation or traffic violation. Unless, right, there's always an exception, unless withholding the reason is necessary to protect life or property from an imminent threat. While individuals are not explicitly required to disclose information during a detention, they may be asked to provide identification or other basic information depending on the circumstances. Now we have arrests. During an arrest, law enforcement must inform the individual of their intention to arrest, uh, the cause of the arrest, and their authority to make the arrest, unless certain exceptions apply. For example, the person is in the act of committing an offense or is pursued immediately after its commission. Upon request, the officer must also inform the individual of the specific offense for which they are being arrested. Individuals are not required to provide information beyond what is legally mandated, which is the last video we just did, which is why it really blends in well. Um, such as identifying themselves if required by law, but they have the right to remain silent under the Fifth Amendment. And remember, right, as required by law. I'm in California. I'm practicing in California for state law, but I do federal defense as well. But if you have a state issue, just make sure you reach out to an attorney over there because it could be different, right? To wrap everything up, the level of disclosure required from an individual depends on the type of encounter. Involuntary interactions, no disclosure is required. During a detention, individuals may need to provide basic identifying information. And during arrests, individuals have the right to remain silent. Excuse me. And they have a right to remain silent beyond any legal identification requirements. And that's that sort of expansive view I want to provide in response to the first video that I did today, or two-a-days. Maybe more two-a-days are coming. So hope that helped. Really excited for the live stream. Comment down below if you want to do a live stream. When's a good time for you? I'm thinking probably on the weekend, right? Because people are generally more free that time. I want to see how to set it up. Which one's best? YouTube. Plug for our YouTube channel. Check it out. Poseidon Defense A.P.C. got a new YouTube channel. So I might do it there because you can comment live, but then the other platforms you can too. I don't know. A lot of exciting stuff coming up. Can't wait. Thanks for the support. Reach out to us. Give us a call. Text us 714-978-9988. 714-978-9988. Visit us at PoseidonDefenseLaw.com. Email us, PoseidonDefenseLaw@gmail.com. You can find us on Yelp, Google, all the big platforms, right? X, Instagram, Facebook. Go follow us. Appreciate the support. And hope you have an outstanding week. Be safe out there. Keep hydrated, at least in California. It's starting to get hot. So, see you next time.